Welcome to Black Art, where our guest today is Tia Richardson. Hello, Miss Richardson, and welcome to the show. How you doing? All right. Are you originally from Milwaukee, and how long have you actually been doing art?
I am from Milwaukee, and I've been doing art since I was young, 4, 5, just like most kids.
Yeah.
But I stuck with it through school.
How did you realize that you were actually interested in art?
I've always enjoyed it. I mean, I was the one scribbling in elementary school on the side of the paper,
Yeah.
and the one everybody would ask, "Can you draw this for me? Can you draw that?" High school, I mean, I was always that one drawing in class when I was supposed to be doing other things.
Right.
I've just always enjoyed it.
I see. What actually keeps you interested in art? Because I mean, I used to draw a lot when I was a young kid too, but I mean, I lost it when I got a little older. What is it that just keeps your focus on art?
It's really important to me. I feel like I can express myself. I feel like I have a voice. I've always been, luckily, I've had people that support me and the people that could tell me, I really, we really like this, you should keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I always had that encouragement and support. I don't know if I hadn't had that, if I would feel as strongly about it as I do. I think I would, just because I enjoy it so much. I mean, colors, I'm just really passionate about it.
I hear you. Do you have any like favorite pieces?
Let me think. I have some old drawings that I did. I started out in colored pencil.
Okay.
So what I brought is paintings, but when I was younger, I was doing colored pencil through high school, college, colored pencil. So I have some drawings I did in high school, and they're small. They're about 8 by 10, and one of them is called "The Gift of Love," and it's a mother with her 2 daughters and then a baby in her lap, and she's reading to them about Black history.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Do you keep all your drawings and stuff that you do?
I have almost all of them.
Yeah.
Except that one I sold.
Really?
And I really didn't want to sell it, but at the time I was going to the High School of Arts, and they organized an auction at a gallery downtown. So it was a high school auction, and I put that piece in it, and it sold. And I still know the woman who bought it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's real nice. Well, I see you brought a few pictures. If you don't mind explaining, maybe the one right behind you.
This one is called the Supernal Bath.
Okay.
This is a figure down here being bathed in light, and I want it to feel like it's like there's something divine about it, or there's something spiritual about it.
Okay.
Something like a revelation. So I wanted it to have that feeling. So we don't know who this is or what this is up here, but I wanted to have that feel like it's a force coming down, inspiration. And this person, this is a woman being bathed in this light.
That's very nice. Is it any like symbolic religions or anything behind it, or just something that you just decided to draw?
No, just that.
How do you the color and the texture of it? How do you decide on how does that come to you on what you want to put on paper?
I start with light colors like yellows and oranges. In a lot of my paintings, you'll see the same colors in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So I start with lighter colors and I layer. Darker colors are my blacks. I rarely ever use a literal black. I like to make it look richer. I use deep purples and deep blues. Okay. So I sketched this one out first with colored pencil to figure out what colors I wanted.
Okay. And then you can take a look at this one. What about this one? What is this one called?
That one's called Woman of the Violet Waters.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote a poem for it, and I was listening to this song. A lot of times music will inspire me, and it was just the mood of this song was really, it was moody. It was real meditative, and it just had this quality about it. And actually, it's funny, where I got the image from was a piece of junk mail that I got showing an upcoming dance at UWM, and it had this woman kind of in that position, and then there was a man, it looked like he was sort of dragging her through a field, and I just liked the shape of the back and the way that she was sitting. So instead of using the whole image, I was able to use that piece of mail as a reference, and then And then because I do a lot with light, and a lot of people really like this one. This was the first one I did. I had a good response to it. So I'm like, okay, well, why don't I do something else with the waterfall theme, the light waterfall? So she's bathing or washing her hair underneath the light waterfall. And the violet comes in with, I didn't want it to be just, it gives this other kind of otherworldly or ethereal quality to the light when I don't use just literal blue to make you think water. There's something about the light that's transparent, that's got this other quality, like a living quality to it. So that's where the violet comes in.
How long does it actually, well, maybe give an average time on how long does it actually take you to complete a painting?
It depends, 3 days to 3 months.
Really?
It depends on how long I stick with it. I can knock one out if I'm working like on a weekend and I spend 5 or 6 hours on it in 2 or 3 days, you know. So this one took like 6 months because I had just started working with oil when I was doing this one, and I was really having trouble. I was struggling. I was frustrated.
Yeah.
That one still took a long time because I started it in about 2 weeks and I stopped. I just left it alone for about 5 or 6 months.
And that's oil-based paint that you use?
It's oil, yeah. And then I picked it up again just a few months ago and finished it. Okay.
Is there any political figures that inspire you at all?
No. Not political, nah.
Okay.
There are people that inspire me, but they're definitely not political.
Do you mind? Would you name a few? Or
I have a friend who's an artist, and she just inspires me so much. Her name is Tamara Natalie Madden, and she's right now she lives in Atlanta. She's a completely self-taught folk artist, and she just inspires me because she's so prolific. She paints so much, and I always wanted to be that artist who does a lot of work. I really don't do a lot of work. I paint when I feel like it.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I really love her work, and there's some young artists out in California. One is Alexandra Nikita. She paints kind of like Picasso, and she's maybe 20 something.
Oh, wow.
I really like her work.
Oh wow. We actually have a photo of your drawing. That's Barack Obama. How long did it take you to do that one, and what actually inspired you to do that one, and what does it mean?
Let me think how long it took. Oh, that one took 3 days, because it was the story behind that one is MoveOn.org. They're a political sort of online organization. They're political. They're kind of grassroots.
Okay.
So right before Obama got elected, he was running, and it was around November-ish. The MoveOn.org had a contest. It was a nationwide art contest. The deadline was, I found out about it 3 days before the deadline. So I came up with something because I wanted to see if I could enter that contest and win, because the winners their work would be displayed in DC, near the Capitol. So I entered. It didn't win, but that's what I came up with.
Good experience.
And that one's it's called Within Reach. It's about reaching for your dreams, but not just reaching for them, actually being able to touch them.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see the point on it.
No reference to ET at all. I mean, I didn't notice it until my brother brought it to my attention after I was already done with it, and I was like, oh shoot, I really don't want people to get that impression, but it's okay.
Let's take a look at another one. We actually got another one back here. And what is this one?
That one's called Isis of Heaven and Earth. That one is about, Isis is a goddess, an ancient Egyptian goddess that represents, she pulls together different natural elements, and really to me that one's based on another painting I did that a lot of people just loved, and it was a small painting.
Right.
And I sold that one, so a friend of mine wanted me to do one like it. So this is the second one, and she's got a raven on her head. There's a bird sitting on top of her head, and that represents her spirit.
Okay, yeah, I can see it a little bit. Okay.
And then the sun and the moon kind of represents her spiritual nature, and then Earth is on this side with the waterfall again, and then there's plants.
Okay, so the sun is on the top, right?
The moon underneath, and then cowrie shells represent fertility. In her hair, there's a circle of cowrie shells, and and then on the far left side is the earth, the earthly part. So that represents her body, her earth, being connected to heaven and earth.
Wow, very detailed.
Thank
So about
you.
how long did it take you to do that one?
It's when I started it, I do a layer of acrylic paint underneath, and that took about a few days, and then I left it alone for about 6 months, and I picked it up again. The oil layer on top of that took another week or so. So total it would have taken about 2 weeks.
Wow. Wow, that's real neat. So I mean, like I said, your work is very detailed, and the color. I mean, you say music sways you one way when it comes to art. Any other things that kind of?
I listen to music when I'm painting, and I can literally play a song on repeat for 2-3 hours, however long I'm painting. That song just gets me, and
Is it any specific song or any specific artist that really gets you in that mood, or is it just?
It depends. I have a variety. Like there was Talib Kweli for a while.
Okay.
I had a Talib Kweli phase, and I go back and forth. I pull them out of the archives whenever I'm feeling like it. But I listen to a lot of meditational music. I really like. His name is Duder, so his work and. What's the name of? Trying to think of this. Oh, I'm blanking on his name. But he's kind of underground soul, funk.
Okay.
Fat Freddy's Drop. I like Fat Freddy's Drop.
Yeah. So what is it that actually, I guess to say, like, sways you towards like African American drawings?
Because, well, like just off the top of my head, I mean the skin tones, the colors, the textures, and the richness. I mean, being black myself, to having come up and being surrounded by all these different colors, and really wanting to show the beauty of us,
right?
And especially with women, with black women, and how a lot of times in our society we're taught there are stereotypes in society that just don't reflect our beauty and don't reflect who we are. So I'm drawn to representing
almost like
our
telling
beauty.
a story through your artwork.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's real neat.
So these pieces, they really reflect who I am. I mean, I'm always, no matter what picture it is, and each picture is different, but I'm painting myself every time I paint a picture. There's a part of me that's really in there. So it kind of tells a story about who I am and where I'm at.
That's good. That's good. So, let's see. You said something about your artwork being in Madison, actually, for like a contest.
Yeah, recently, it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, before the week before all the protests started happening. I had these paintings in the Capitol Rotunda as part of the February Black History Month art show, and I got to do that because I had been on the radio interview with The Evening Rush with Earl Ingram in January, and he found me on Facebook and asked me to be on his radio show. So I went on, and then we had callers, and Senator Lena Taylor called in after she heard me answer his question about why I'm still in Milwaukee. And basically I'm here because, you know, I'm connected to the community here, and it draws me here. So she invited me to be a part of this art show in Madison, and I went ahead.
Well, that's great. We're actually going to take a look at a video that we have.
My name is Fred Robinson. I'm the owner of Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing. The framing part of the business actually is the biggest part of the business. We're mainly picture framers. Now, we do all have a gallery upstairs where we sell mainly reproduction prints, but that's like an add-on. This machine here is used for cutting the mats down to size and cutting the opening in the mat. Mats are used to basically keep the picture that you're framing off the glass, and also mats come in every color in the rainbow, and you can use it as a decorative added piece to the art. We cut our frames to order, our moldings to order. We use several machines. This is an Italian machine called a Prism, made by Privetti. This is an American-made machine, a CTD machine. Both of these saws, they cut mainly in a fixed 45 degree angle. This was the original machine that I started with, and then I progressed to a more, Italian precision machine. After the moldings are cut to the size of the frame that we need, we go to this machine here. This is called an underpinner. That machine, it puts a nail in the underside of the two 45 angle pieces. First you glue it, and then you pin it, so you can get the molding will stay, the frame will stay secured. It seems like it's a lot to make just a cut piece of wood, but you got to make sure that everything is precise. There's no room for error in making frames. Basically, we have a house stock of moldings that we frame our pictures with, and we frame customers' portraits. The reason why we have our house stock is that we can give them a better price. We buy it right, we can frame it right, at the right price. We do everything in-house, where some frame shops order their frames pre-made, but we cut our frames to length. We try to keep a diversified selection, as you see.
When you come and open the door to our establishment and you look up the stairs and you see pictures lined up on each side of the wall, the purpose of that is that once you step in, we want you to know that you are in the art gallery. It starts from the moment you step in the door and you see all of these beautiful pictures lined up the wall, and I'm telling you, you'll take your time coming up and you'll take your time going down, looking at each individual picture and how it's framed, and it's just such a lovely sight. We want you to feel good from the moment you put your foot in the door. We want you to see art, live, breathe, art. And then when you step in the second door inside of the 3,000 square foot art gallery, you'll know that it's just the beginning of a wonderful journey. Hi, my name is Billy Nash of Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing, and I am the sales and marketing person and also the office manager. And Greenwood Park started out of concept of Mr. Fred Robinson, who is the owner. He's been involved in the art community for many years. He has friends that are artists of all different types. And he himself was doing commercial neon for about 30 years. And I guess in his travels around the city and with his friends and whatever, he noted that there's really no African-American art dealer of any significance in the city. And he also noted that any custom framing that needed to be done, the prices were just ridiculous for normal, everyday working people, especially African-American people. And he just wanted to bring the art, African-American art, into the community, affordable art, beautiful art, and also wanted to, being the type of person he is, master framing so that he could bring that savings to the community. So he has this commercial building that he's been working out of and had all of this floor space. We have about 3,000 square feet of gallery space now. So he just took to repairing different things on the building, one thing at a time. I mean, he just built this entire building and remodeled the inside of it upstairs here for this beautiful gallery. And as he was bringing in the art and learning the skill of framing, people started coming and looking at the art and just started buying. This went on for a number of years because he was in actually no hurry to, this is a love of his. It's not a need as far as income, but it's just a love of his. And so while he's putting this together and putting the idea together, he's also has been selling art pretty significantly over the past few years. We decided that we wanted to be a little more accessible to the public, because how we really got out to the public was like going to Garfield Days, Juneteenth Day. We became a part of the East Side Third Ward Gallery Days and Nights and had events trying to get the music, the art out to the people. And in doing that, we did a lot of damage to our art, dragging it up and down the street. So that inspired us to, get the gallery together and get the proper permits and so on and so forth to have the gallery. And now we are open to the public, like on Saturdays at this point, from 10 to 4, and just feeling ourselves, taking our time, and trying to do different events and things, and to promote our gallery, the fact that we're a custom framer, the fact that we can save a person a lot of money and still come out with a very, very beautiful product, and have art that's available, all different types of art for people that want to beautify their homes, their businesses, their churches, their commercial establishments. And we also feature, we're unlimited. We feature all different types of art, florals, abstracts, anything that you would want to find. We can get that piece of art for you and frame it. So that's how we got started. That's where we're at right now. We would eventually like to expand our hours. We have had the Greer Oaks group come and display some of their art here for one of our gallery events. We've also had several I'm trying to think, what did we? The Ujamaa Quilting Club came and displayed some of their quilts here. African Americans that do quilting. One of them was a gentleman, Mr. Queen, 80-something years old, that does quilting, beautiful quilting. So we've had several events here. We have some of our art displayed at one of the places in the Third Ward, the lounges there. And every year go out to Las Vegas or New York to the custom framing art shows, keep ourselves, we go to workshops and keep ourselves on top of the industry, the art that's coming out, the new type of framing. We're always looking for new machinery, a faster, better way to do something, affordable way for us to do something. And meeting with artists, we went to Atlanta year before last to their big event they have down there. We actually physically met Charles Bibbs, who is a well-renowned international black artist, and we are the 2 years ago, I believe, we became the representative, regional representative for his art. We're the only black art gallery in Milwaukee and Wisconsin that carry his art. So here we are.